what it sounded and looked like when storms raced through Lombard is seen repeated in many, many places. This picture really shows the force of the wind. It tore the shingles from a building near Lakeshore Drive and sent them flying right into the sky.
The winds also knocked down trees throughout the city and the suburbs. A viewer sent us this video from Lincoln Park. He says winds took down a tree and it landed on a van. In Portage Park, take a look. The sign of a car dealership collapsed over a vehicle on Irving Park Road. More than 500,000 ComEd customers tonight are still without power, almost half of them in Cook County. The storm caused more than 5,000 separate outages when it blew through, and the crews were working through the night to get the power restored. Our crews saw power lines like this fall, start sparking, and then catch fire. This happened in Lincoln Park this afternoon. We have team coverage for you tonight. NBC5 Chief Meteorologist Brant Miller takes a closer look at the path of the storms. Chris Coffey is in the western suburbs. But let's begin tonight with Lexi Suter in Rogers Park here in Chicago, where they suspect it was a tornado that went through.
Allison, we've heard that from numerous people tonight. Certainly the worst of the damage in the city is right here on the north side in Rogers Park. A lot of intersections looking like this, obstructed by large trees. There's many more, just like this one. This was the scene in Rogers Park around 4 o'clock. Dark clouds and strong winds moved in quickly, leaving all kinds of damage behind.
It was crazy. It was madness. It was really dark. I was really scared.
Large trees are blocking intersections, branches littering the roads and sidewalks. Power lines are down and cars are destroyed.
I'm just glad I'm okay.
Tom Malinowski came outside to check out the neighborhood and found his car cut in half.
I think because 2020, you know what? I think it has prepared us for stuff like this. There's nothing I can do. What I can do is how am I going to react to this?
Parts of Lincoln Park also feeling the impact of high winds. Several blocks were without power for hours.
It's been a rough day today.
Downtown business owner Scott Shapiro left his looted store this afternoon, returning to his home with storm damage.
Come home to a neighborhood that's devastated by what looks like a microburst.
Neighbors in both Rogers Park and Lincoln Park spent the remaining daylight hours cleaning up what they could and checking on one another.
I just really pray and hope for the best for every family that's out here living in these conditions right now.
And the silver lining tonight, no injuries have been reported. We're live in Rogers Park. Lexi Suter, NBC5 News.
It has been a tough day. Thank you, Lexi.
NBC5's Chris Coffey has been looking at the damage.
Confirmed that a tornado did touch down here in Chicago's north side, crushing car after car after car. It was a rare weather system known as a derecho, a huge wall of wind-driven rain that travels more than 250 miles. Satellite images showed this one could have raced an astounding 770 miles across 9 states, from South Dakota to Ohio, producing winds of more than 100 miles an hour in Iowa.
We looked across the street and saw the branch over there that fell on the power lines.
Oh, I reached by inside. It could be $1 billion disaster ravaging the Corn Belt so late in the growing season. In Chicago, warning sirens before it hit. This is Frances Rivera's car. Luckily, she was in her home.
The wind was howling. I thought my windows were going to get blown in. And I ran for cover.
And in the Northeast, a week after Tropical Storm Isaias, tens of thousands of people are also without power. Lester?
Gabe, thanks.
All right, Christian, thank you. The National Weather Service confirms it. A brief tornado touched down in the city's Rogers Park neighborhood last night with wind speeds hitting 107 miles per hour. Neighbors spent today cleaning up shattered glass and fallen trees. ComEd reports more than 346,000 customers still without power tonight. The spokesperson for the utility tells NBC5 the vast majority of those customers who should be restored by Friday. Some of the harder hit areas won't be fixed until Saturday.
ComEd is coordinating efforts to restore current outages through a representative here in the EOC and has assigned 115 crews to Chicago.
We will have much more on the damage on the north side in about 15 minutes.
Let's talk about that powerful storm that went through here so fast yesterday, but did a lot of damage. And Brent Miller's got more on that rare tornado.
And interesting stuff, too. I mentioned 10,000 acres. It's 10 million acres of crops damaged across Iowa. That's a third of the crop. Thanks to John, one of our viewers, for catching my slip of the tongue. All right, EF1. This is the Rogers Park tornado. It started around Crawford, just to the south of Toohey, and then it crossed over Potawatomi Park, over where the old St. Scholastica High School is located, and then went right down Fargo, just missing a nursing home, and then out into Lake Michigan. Now we have a total of 5 tornadoes. We've confirmed now from the National Weather Service that the Wheaton steeple that was toppled at the church, that was an EF1. The last time that we had a tornado, 1983, a level 1 in the city of Chicago was in 1983. We've got 2 more tornadoes that have been confirmed near Rockford. We'll plot all of those. National Weather Service sending out survey teams today. This gives you an idea of how many tornadoes, I'll step out of the way, have happened since 1950. And think of the planet's been here longer than we have. So there is no safe place in Chicago. Know where your safe place is. Allison Roth, back to you.
Thank you, Brent. We're learning more tonight about the incident that may have sparked the looting earlier. Still ahead, Brent's right back with more on when we could see rain this week. Plus,
city crews work round the clock to remove downed trees after a tornado hit Chicago. I'm Chris Coffey. That story is coming up.
And coming up tonight at 10, access to downtown Chicago remains temporarily restricted. However, the city announces a slight change on when inbound ramps will be blocked and bridges will be lifted. We're going to have the details at 10.
NBC5's Chris Coffey has more.
The day after 100-mile-per-hour plus winds hit Rogers Park, neighbors joined each other to help clean up their yards and streets.
My street's fine, but I wanted to help, and I don't know, I'm around, so might as well.
These scattered bricks used to be Rich Bryant's chimney.
Neighbors are helping like everybody here in the neighborhood. Everyone's helping and trying to clear the street, and that's why we all have insurance.
The National Weather Service says a tornado rolled through the neighborhood based on the intensity of the damage.
The scale and the intensity of the damage in an urban area, it's not that common, but it's certainly not not out of the question. People in the city need to be just as aware to be prepared and take appropriate response, seek shelter if a warning is issued for a tornado.
Toppled trees like this could be seen across Rogers Park. In fact, the city says it received more than 2,000 calls about downed trees across the city. This car was unfortunate enough to cushion a tree's fall. And with several blocked streets, city crews say they're working round the clock to clear the debris.
This is the worst since 2015, and all hands are on deck, and we will be working 24/7 to get this cleaned up.
Neighbors share similar descriptions of what they experienced when the tornado came through.
You could feel the pressure in your ears drop, and it sounded like the L train, but it was, it was the wind.
We could feel the air pressure changing. Our ears were popping.
State Representative Kelly Cassidy lives in the neighborhood, ready to hand out snacks.
I just wanted to make sure that people had water and coffee and donuts. We've got some sandwiches coming because it's hot and tiring work, and I want to show my gratitude for the folks that are getting it done.
In Rogers Park, Chris Coffey, NBC5 News.
Yeah, it happened so fast. So thanks to Chris.
and it is really great to see everybody coming together to help clean up after that storm yesterday, Brent.
And Allison, the survey teams have been out today, now confirmed 6 tornadoes. We've got another one in Lombard. We've got one in Wheaton. We'll show you that one now. Wheaton, this is the one that toppled the church steeple, EF1, 90-mile-per-hour winds at near Wheaton College there.